solution ka, that you can do using intelligent agents. And that when that thing, the intelligent agent वे से जो डिजाइन किया हुआ और एनालाइज किया हुआ चीज है उसको सॉल्यूशन में कन्वर्ट करने की बारी आती है, व्हेन यू ट्राई टू कन्वर्ट इट इनटू सॉल्यूशन, at that time you will require the data structures and algorithms concept through the use of state space based problem representation. So AI problems are then converted to state space representation. These are solution techniques based on algorithms and using which we can solve certain kinds of AI problems. So that is what is there dealt with in chapter number 2. As we go along to the third course outcome, it is written as develop intelligent algorithms for constraint satisfaction problem and also design intelligent systems for game playing. Now this again relates to the application of data structures and algorithms पे सीखे हुए concept into solving and or implementing an AI agent. So we can think of AI system as a AI intelligent agent as an analysis of that particular problem. And when it comes to writing a solution for that, we can develop something called as a problem representation using some different ways. In outcome number 2, we were talking about state space based representation. So state space is a representation of a solution. So we are representing our solution to intelligent agent in terms of state space. In third outcome or third module, it's actually part of second module only as far as syllabus is concerned. I'll show you that later. Okay, this constraint satisfaction problem is a kind of a problem. Okay, kind of a solution technique. What does constraint satisfaction problem means? Have you heard of in your childhood when you're learning about say 7th standard or 6th standard mathematics? Did you heard about something called as a crypt arithmetic problem? If you have, or if you have not heard, we will hear it about that in when we will be talking about constraint satisfaction problem. But just to give you a glimpse, what is a crypt arithmetic problem? I'll just give you a brief notion of what it is in this particular text box, just to give you a fair bit of idea what sort of things we will be talking about in when we are talking about constraint satisfaction problem. So yeah, you might have seen this somewhere as a puzzle. Okay, I should write a space. Give me a second. Type first, then we'll talk about it, what it is. Just change the, okay. Certain keys on my keyboard are not that good printing. Just decrease the font. Okay, to decrease the font, I should use this. Fine. So if I've write something of this sort, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. This is actually 2 3-digit numbers added gives you a 4-digit number. This is what this is, and it's a crypted manner. It is represented in an encrypted manner. So TWO stands for some 3-digit number. Second TWO stands for second 3-digit number, and the answer stands for a 4-digit number. And these letters are uniquely representing one number from 0 to 9. So this is a problem which is called as a crypt arithmetic problem. It is also, it can be solved using the constraint satisfaction. It can be actually modeled using constraint satisfaction problem and then solved. So ये मेरा puzzle है. So this is a puzzle given to you. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, where these are 2 3-digit numbers. When added, they produce a 4-digit number. These numbers, the numbers which are added as well as the solution, they have been given to you in a encrypted manner, and that's why the word crypt arithmetic. Okay, so crypt arithmetic is one such problem which can be represented as a constraint satisfaction problem. So while for solving, so why although this word problem comes everywhere, okay, this is not something like an issue, or don't take it in that sense. Whenever this word problems come in this subject, at least you should consider that whenever I say constraint satisfaction problem, it is a way to represent a problem. It's a technique to represent a solution for a puzzle. So this is a puzzle. For this puzzle, I'm writing I'm using some technique that is called as constraint satisfaction problem. Okay, which is a solution technique, by the way. So this state space, okay, which is also sometimes called as state space search. Okay, then this constraint satisfaction problem, and then this is third thing called as game playing. These are the three major things that you are going to learn and going to master in module number 2, and that is what you should be thorough with once you do the course. That is what is expected. Now the fourth outcome we'll talk more about. So this is one problem I told you, crypt arithmetic. There are other problems like graph coloring, which you might be knowing from data structures and algorithms. Okay, you have a graph of some state or some kind of country given to you, divided into portions, parts, and you want to color that graph with minimum number of columns. So there is a constraint, minimum number of colors you need to use. Here in crypt arithmetic, the constraint is that every digit is uniquely representing. So if T is 1, W must not be 1, O must not be 1, U must not be 1, R must not be 1, F must not be 1. So there are constraints. So all the problems where you have these constraints, and you can think of many such problems, planning problems, scheduling problems in real world, they all are kind of solvable by representing them as a constraint satisfaction problem. We will talk about this in the syllabus. Just I wanted to give you a perspective कि आपको क्या-क्या learn करना है subject में. Fourth outcome is about to attain the capability to represent various real life problem domains using logic based techniques and use this to perform inference or planning. So this is important. So far, when we were talking about solution to real world problem, we were using an algorithmic approach. We were representing everything as an algorithm. Pehla module hone do, second and third. We were talking about developing softwares which will later on be called as artificially intelligent softwares because of some characteristic that they have. But there we were focusing on algorithms, our understanding of algorithms, our understanding of representing data in terms of data structures and using certain algorithmic solutions to real world problems. In this fourth outcome, again we will be using algorithms, but for solving not the data structure based problems, but for solving problems using logical reasoning. So generally when we talk about human beings, we consider that they are intelligent beings. जो हम ह्यूमन बीइंग्स हैं, खुद को हम लोग इंटेलिजेंट बीइंग बोलते हैं. क्यों हम लोग इंटेलिजेंट है, इसके बारे में चर्चा हम लोग बाद में करेंगे, बट जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड दैट एंड वी फील दैट वी आर एबल टू डू थिंग्स इंटेलिजेंटली बिकॉज वी हैव certain ability called as logical reasoning ability. And this logical reasoning, if I want to use to solve the real world problems using machines, okay, currently human beings can use logical reasoning, suppose, and I want to use logical reasoning to solve problems on a machine, on a computer, on a device, then that would be application of logical reasoning or logical techniques to problem solving, especially the problems where we want to infer something based on certain facts that we know. They are called as knowledge based problems. We have something known to us and something we want to infer based on that knowledge. That kind of problems are good for solving using logic based techniques. Other problems where logic based techniques are useful are called as planning problems. So planning is a category of computational problems, okay, जिसमें शेड्यूलिंग आता है. आपका अगर ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम के बारे में पढ़ोगे तो शेड्यूलिंग प्रॉब्लम जो है, इन जनरल भी टाइम टेबल शेड्यूलिंग हो सकता है, इन जनरल शेड्यूलिंग ऑफ अ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग लेआउट हो सकता है.